you've obviously been a part of a lot of Mad Mondays in your day, and much like the 97 grand final, that footage of the players would have been their Mad Monday and all that type of stuff. I heard a few whispers a few years ago that a few of you boys up at Central were drinking shots out of each other's foreskins. Can you confirm nor deny?
I was overseas at the time, but that got back to me as well. It was when I was playing in England. There was a Mad Monday, mate. You know what they're like. You're not allowed to take phones for a reason. There's all sorts of fucking, all sorts of very, very stuff lose your job, lose your girlfriend, all kinds of crazy, sick stuff goes on Mad Mondays. So
I tell you, one of the craziest things I ever saw on a Mad Monday, and there's a million crazy things that happen. One dude rode a skateboard down this massive hill and face planted. An ambulance turned up. There was another bloke, Jark Treviati, who we locked in the keg room downstairs underneath the Ocean View Hotel there in Dudley, and he had a panic attack and started throwing things around in the keg room and stuff. And he's like, "Get out!" And this is, what's happened is he's gone for his nudie run because he didn't score that year, and we've thrown his clothes underneath. I didn't do this. I'm a very nice person. I've thrown his clothes underneath the pub. And he's gone down to get him because he's nude, and he comes down there, he's throwing shit around. But the worst thing that ever happened was one of the players got third-degree burns on Mad Monday. So, but how they got third-degree burns was, it may not have been third-degree, but for the story, severe burns.
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse. Probably lost a leg. One of the old blokes decided that it would be a good thing on Monday morning to make sure the boys had eaten. So I think we'd lost the game on the Saturday, and then it was Silly Sunday, so we all go down to the pub and drink all day. Mad Monday, and the rule was you had to be at the field at 7 o'clock or whatever it was.
Yeah, usually something like that.
Something like that. So the blokes in the club, the older blokes, were like, we need to feed these boys. I'm probably 20 at the time or whatever. Last thing you think about. So they put the pies in the pie warmer, fill them up. And these pies had been in there from probably about 6 o'clock in the morning. And this is probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. And the boys have just been mucking around, carrying on. And then one of the other blokes has decided to get a pie out and throw it at one of the other boys, a steaming hot pie, and it burnt the fuck out of him. He's screaming and yelling, and it will go down in Dudley history as the worst injury that's ever happened on that field was a pie burn.
There's nothing worse than when you get a good, a pie, but it's just too hot, because they get nuclear, inside of them. And you just want to tear in, and it's just the gravy's just burning the inside of your mouth. I'm like, and you just got to blow, and then you can get a little bit more. And I just want my pastries. That's when you appreciate a pie that's just at optimum temperature too, that you can just inhale. There's nothing worse than a pie that's just too hot. Let alone when someone fucking pegs it at you.
And these were nuclear pies. They stood at each other and they both had pies in their hands, but it was mutually assured destruction if one of them threw it. It was nuclear. Yeah, man. What's your craziest Mad Monday story?
Fuck, man. One of the loosest things I ever saw, it was a sustained effort over a couple of days, but a bloke, I won't say his name, because a lot of people know the story anyway, but he's the brother of an Australian captain, a rugby league captain. I'll say that much.
That doesn't narrow it down at all.
Yeah. And he anyway, he wore a gimp suit. His costume was a gimp suit, so full leather, face mask, gag in his mouth. And same kind of thing. It was a Saturday grand final. So Saturday, we had a Silly Sunday, then the Monday, and he came over to my house on the Tuesday, still in the gimp suit, with chafe all under his arms where the leather had rubbed him. And I said, "Come on, boys, we'll go to the green roof for a couple." I politely told him to get fucked because it was Tuesday. I was like, "You're kidding." And then I had a phone call from a couple of mates a couple of hours later. Said, "You won't believe this. We've just seen Mr. X down at the green roof by himself in a gimp suit on the Tuesday." So just sickening stuff. He said the chafe got infected too, as you'd imagine. So,
mate, some of those boys just have enormous endurance. And I don't know if it's natural or the supplements they take. I know I have seen a few of the boys. One of the boys turned up at Mad Monday once, or it might have been the Silly Sunday or whatever, and he had a bag of 100 pills. And I'd never seen it. I was 19. I was like, oh my God. We're going to go to jail forever.
Commercial quantities of amphetamines. Yeah, that's, get rid of that.
It's
How
dodgy
good.
as, and then you hear stories about blokes who are smoking. What are they smoking ice off a fucking off like tin foil on a fucking burner.
It gets dark for some guys. It gets very, very dark. That's when it's usually time to go. And once you see people start talking about ice and stuff, you're like, I think it's time to call it a day.
As soon as the sun sets on the Mad Monday, go home. That's when it's time to. Nothing good happens after that. As soon as
put
the
your
sun
phone on
goes down.
airplane mode and get out of there.